Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I'm coming back at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In this video, we're going to do a store update, but it's more of a gaming play area update. But I am still going to touch on normal store updates. Okay, the first part of it was, y'all know that I had COVID. I'm going to say had because I'm feeling like I'm recovering. I'm getting stronger every day. And I was able to do what I did today. So we'll talk about that as part of the news. Did I get any new product in? I don't remember what the last video was, but I did get... I didn't get it in. I had it in my own personal collection, and what I decided to do was post it on my eBay store. A bunch of Command Decision 15mm World War II, some Flames of War 15mm World War II as well, and some of my painted models actually got posted on the store as well. And the reason why I did that was I have a backlog of painting, as you probably do as well. You know, you're probably, what do they call it? Your wall of shame, you know, where you have too many models and not enough time to paint them all. Well, that was me. And so what I did was, I have a big collection of models that are just sitting there idle in my tubs ready to go. So I decided just to go ahead and put them up on the store, and then when I get around to actually painting them, I'll just have to reorder them. So if you're looking for some 15mm Command Decision models, some tanks, some Jeeps, and stretcher bearers and stuff like that, you should check out my eBay store. Also, I did post some painted models. These were models that I had painted because I was a little overzealous. Like I had, I probably only needed 2 or 3 British platoons, and I painted like 6. So I went ahead and put a couple of platoons on there, as well as the extra like Fireflies and M10s, anti-tank guns, stuff like that I have too many of. So I went ahead and posted those as well. I think I'm going to be strong enough this weekend to restart my commissions, because I had put them on hold for a while until I was able to catch my breath and resolve some issues with myself, stuff like that, because of COVID. But I think I'm actually recovering from that. Okay, I did order on Amazon a coping saw because I can't find mine. And so I just went ahead and ordered a second one. And then also, while I was there, I ordered some MDF boards, right? So these boards are probably about 8 to 10 inches. Is 8 by 10 inches is one of them. And then another one is 12 by 12, I do believe. And I ordered some in 3mm. I ordered some in 2mm. And I don't know what the quality of these things are. It could be crap. But when they come in, what I plan to do is cut them into shape for terrain that I can use for Meg games or any World War II game or whatever, right? So, but they're basically going to be templated. I'm going to try to keep them between 6 to 8 inches, maybe 6 to 10 inches, just depends. Because the way Meg works, specifically Meg, is that if it's compulsory, it's a different size than if it's optional. But I'll figure all that out before I start cutting the boards up. I should have about 30 boards. Plus, I went into the garage and I found my sheet of MDF that I had, or I should say that my wife hid from me a long time ago because I hadn't been building terrain in a while. And she basically put them behind a couple of these mattress frames that we have in there, and I couldn't find it. So I spent most of the day looking for them, but I got it. I found my MDF. I thought I also had some blackboard that I use for a variety of different terrain building projects, but I couldn't find any of that. So maybe I'd used it all. That's okay, because I was going to use the blackboard to replace my plywood photo booth, because I made a plywood photo booth to take pictures of the items that I'm selling on eBay, and I was thinking that I could use that plywood to make terrain bases and then use the blackboard as the photo booth. But I don't think I'm going to need to do that because I got this extra MDF coming in. Plus, I found the board, my MDF board. Okay. Part 2. My whole desire, and I've been thinking about this for the last few weeks, is if you notice my gaming area, that's the point that I'm got on camera, it used to be a ping pong table, right? And the ping pong table was folded in half, and only half of it was deployed, which half of a ping pong table is 4.5 feet by 5 feet, because a ping pong table is normally 5 by 9. And that just doesn't work for me, right? I wanted 4 foot by 6 foot. And I made this table, it's an MDF framed table, about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago I made it. And it's been sitting in the garage because I've been using the ping pong table. Because I used to have a lot of people come over, we'd sit around the table, we would role play, and a ping pong table is great for those big Napoleon's Battles games like Waterloo. But I don't play Napoleon's Battles anymore. All the games that I play could easily be played on a 4x6. Bolt Action, Hail Caesar, Meg, Battle Group, SPQR, any of that could be played on a 4x6. So, and that's why I built the 4x6 hell in the first place. So what I did was I dug it out of the garage and I swapped it out for the ping pong table. And I'm going to tell you, I started that early in the morning. Because I got up around, 7. But I didn't start doing it until about 8. First hour, I'm okay. But then after that, I would have to sit down about 10 minutes out of every hour. I was sitting down taking a breath. And so it was taking me a while. If you know anything about my work studio, I used to have the gaming table covered with boxes. Shipping boxes, miniature boxes, storage boxes, just boxes of miniatures and paint and whatever else. And I also had a bunch of stuff hidden behind the table, and because it had that half of the table was standing vertical on the back side. If you go back and watch any of my other videos, you would see that. And by one of the reasons why I decided that I wanted to switch to the 4x6 was it's a better size table. Okay, great. I'm going to lose a little bit of floor space underneath the table, but that's okay. I was actually able to pull it away from the back two shelves, which gives me room now to walk behind the table. And the reason why I need that is because I don't know if you can see the boxes, but I've got some tubs back there that I need to work on. I need to go through and throw away some junk that I don't need. But a lot of those tubs have supplies that I need for like terrain building, or mostly it's terrain building. And there's some plastic models, there's some paint, there was all variety of things back there. I have some plastic tubs with dice in them, and I could not get to any of that while that ping pong table was in the way. So, moving the ping pong table away, taking whatever boxes that were under the ping pong table that I know I'm not going to use anytime in the next few months, I went ahead and carried them out to the garage as well. And then I brought this table in, set it up. It's a little bit longer because remember the ping pong table is 5 foot wide and this one is 6 foot long. So it's an extra foot closer to the left side, right? But that's okay. It still allows you to stand and walk around without bumping. And if I needed to, like if we have a game, I can pull it out. I can move it, a foot away from the left shelves. Just drag it over a couple of inches, or whatever, to make room. I had a stack of chairs right where you see that Black & Decker drill bits. I had a stack of chairs there that I don't need. My wife bought them for me because, again, we would have all these guys coming over to the house and we would role play, and we would have like 7 people here and we needed chairs. So what I think I'm going to do is take those chairs, just put them in the garage, find a space for them because we're running out of space now that I'm putting all kinds of junk in there. And then store them. And then if we ever have like a board game night or a night where people are going to sit around the table, then I'll go get the chairs. But I don't know how long you guys have been wargaming. I've been wargaming since the 80s. 70s. About 77 or so is when I started wargaming. When I'm around a table, if it's just me and my opponent, I'm 99% of the time standing up. The whole time. And if it's me and 2 or 3 other people, depending on how the turns flow, I might sit down. But usually I'm standing up, moving figures, rolling dice, all that kinds of stuff. So I'm going to keep one chair in. It's my super soft, cushy, on wheels chair. I'm going to keep that one in. But I don't know. That one might also. And plus, I had a wooden chair behind the ping pong table. It was actually folded up. Well, it's not folded. It was like crammed underneath the ping pong table. And part of that was that wooden chair took up so much space under the table that it prevented me from putting anything where that chair was. So by getting rid of those chairs, the ones on the left and the one in the back, I should have more room under the table. Now, part of this is I don't mind stacking up stuff behind this table if it's going to be easy to move around to get to the shelves. And I think it will be. It'll be way better. I think I'm going to put my shipping boxes behind the table because I access those every day, but they don't weigh anything and I can just move them around with ease. But they do take up a lot of space. The stuff that's going under the table is stuff like, I don't know, bubble wrap, stuff, peanuts, stuff like that. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys, let you see my new 4x6. Let me get up, and I'm walking away from the microphone, so it might be a little hard to see me. There's a lot of room back here for me to do whatever I need to do. Now you guys might recognize this tablecloth. It's an old Games Workshop felt cloth covered in flock. So it's like a flocked, not static grass, it's flock. It's got some stains on it. You know what? That just adds character. Except for maybe that circle might have been a coffee cup or something. But the little drops of stain, that's just dirt, for a battlefield. But so that's the main cover. That's the main protective cover. Then underneath it, if I ever wanted to just pull this off and play on this, I can. This is a tablecloth that I made myself. I ordered a green, very thin pile, but it's got a pile, right? I don't know if you can kind of see that. But it's got, it's a little fuzzy, right? Which exactly what I wanted, and it's soft. It's I don't know if they call that fleece. I don't think it is, because the back is completely smooth and flat, but the front side is and it was a lime color, so it wasn't the right color, right? It was kind of a I don't know, really bright green. But that was okay for me because I knew I was going to lay this in the grass, which I did, and I took like 5 cans of camouflage paint, spray paint, and I just sprayed in spots and dashes and dots, and you can see that it's got quite a bit of color and varying textures and stuff, but not enough. I mean, it's beautiful, really, but it's really just. Let me just say, I'm very pleased with it, but it's not obtrusive where it's a bespoke battlefield. So it's not like Quatre Bras, or it's not, Normandy Beach or whatever. I don't have any roads painted on this. I thought I was going to do that. I thought I was going to paint roads, and then I came to the realization that there are too many different battlefields for me to make a cloth for every single one of them, right? So these are not bespoke. This is just pure green with stains. This is a smattering of various colors, which I really like. I like the texture of it. And then underneath it, I have something I bought at the same time that I bought. Oh, you can see this is the lime green color. This was a tan. This is waterproof fabric, right? I don't know if you can. This is the tan fabric, and this is the rubber on the top. It's kind of like a rubberized fabric. I bought this because I thought I was going to spray paint, and I didn't. On a previous project, I used canvas. This is also canvas, but the previous project was a canvas, and I did a quatre bras, and I painted on it and sprayed on it, and it bled through, right? And so I figured a waterproofing would prevent it from bleeding through. But I feel like I don't need to make it. So it's going to be the main protective, because this is the table. This is an MDF sheet, 1/2 inch, with a wooden frame around all 4 edges, and then I have it sitting on a, what kind of table is that? Like a white banquet table, right? I have it sitting on a banquet table, but that banquet table is only in the middle, maybe 2 foot by 4 foot, something like that. So I made a little 4-piece frame inside, and then so when I lay the table on the banquet table, it won't move around because it sits nice on, it basically form fits to the banquet table. Now I put this on here just for S&Gs, and if we play, this would be a good thing. Those other two, this is a 4x6, but those other two pre-mades are 5x9s because I was planning on using it on a ping pong table. I have like a giant tub in the garage with a bunch of different terrain mats, like this is the canvas one that I sprayed and it bled through. So you can see like there's a road, right? And then underneath you can see where the brown bled through. And you can see where my town sectors bled through. This was quatre bras. It still would work. It's still going to work. If I ever play a quatre bras again, I can pull this out and just lay it out. When we had the ping pong table, I had this 5x9 felt, which I laid on the table, mainly to protect the ping pong table, but also to the ping pong table, for one reason or another, didn't fit flush. It was cattywampus down the center whenever I laid it out. So I had to take a couple of boards and lay it across the gap, and then I laid this on top, try to disguise the fact that there was cattywampus center. So, but I went gray for like a neutral role-playing color, because if I wanted to put any like terrain on this, I could just pull out like my terrain, what do you call it, my like Chessex map or whatever, and lay it on top. But yeah, these aren't going to be used for a while. I guess I'm going to stash them and store them. Okay, I'm going to be building terrain over the next month. I would if you're interested in terrain, drop me a comment in the comments and I will build, like if you're looking for trees or if you're looking for hedges or fencing or like a 15 millimeter village or a 6 millimeter little town sectors or something. Let me know and I would be glad to build those. But failing that, I'm going to be building terrain that will work with Meg. Meg terrain can easily work with any of my Napoleon's games and my Hail Caesar and my battle group. So I just need a patch of woods, boop, trees, and World War II guys can run through it, skirmish, or formations of cataphracts, you know. So, but I'm going to be making a bunch of, because I don't have a lot, of 15 millimeter terrain. All my terrain, not all, 90% of my terrain is 28 millimeter for bolt action, Hail Caesar, SPQR, etc. So I'm going to be making some small terrain. Alright guys, thanks for coming out and checking out this video and checking out my new gaming setup here. I still have to pull some stuff out and clean up and do that kind of stuff, but and I also have to catch my breath every now and then. I'm still not at 100%, but I do think I have plans this weekend to resume my painting schedule. Alright guys, thank you for coming out and checking this out. Be sure to hit my eBay store, which is located right there on the screen. And I will catch you in the next video. Hopefully you heard all that.